Hey everyone, hope everyone had a good New Year's and happy holidays. I know I sure did, and it's been a busy couple weeks, so I'm finally back, but I'm ready to start off the new year with the topic of coming out as asexual. For me, coming out to friends and family wasn't as big of a deal as I thought it might have been. I know I spent a lot of time voicing my opinions on the blogging site Tumblr, and it sort of helped me feel comfortable with asexuality and just with my other queerness in general at the time. So when I thought about coming out as asexual, I was posting more on Tumblr first so other friends got the idea. And it wasn't that big of a deal for me to actually talk to them about it, but taking the initial step of actually talking to them took, still quite a bit of effort. The first person I actually came out to was my friend Malia because we were out and about having a discussion on demisexuality, and I had just learned the phrase from her, and I know sometimes it's bad to think, oh hey, that's me, but really something just clicked when she started describing it, and I sort of felt at the time, hey, you know what, I think this might actually fit me more than being fully sexual does. Upon following that was a super early 6 a.m. discussion with my friend Skylar at her birthday party. I know I had told her a bit before that I thought I was asexual, but I really fully came out to her and told her personally, which was also the time that I learned from her that she was asexual as well. So it was something that it was just a comfortable time, and although we were really exhausted, it just really felt good to tell a friend, like my best friend that I really trusted. When it comes to dealing with asexuality at school, it wasn't really that big of a deal for me because my friends and I are the type to talk about sex or, gender and stuff just in our normal everyday school discussion. But I did tell quite a few of my friends in a post I made on Facebook. It was actually due more to coming out as genderqueer at the time. A lot of people were confused when I started the school year out changing my name to Alex, and especially those who I've known since second grade and for 4 years of high school. The classmates were confused, kept asking me why. So I made this really long post going into sort of in-depth discussion, and surprisingly a lot of people read it. And it also included my asexuality, which by that time I identified as gray A. And again, surprisingly, a lot of people were really accepting, and they told me I was brave for coming out, which to me doesn't make that big of a difference, but it was really nice to know that I had people on my side and were, really nice to me. Now, coming out to my father has always been not really a struggle per se, but something that needs to be brought up at the right time and the right moment. I mean, both of us are usually stressed with school and work, and him being a single parent, it's sort of something that you just need to find that special time to talk about. So it happened one day when we were just sort of sitting down. We'd been talking for a couple hours. I learned a lot about him and his childhood, and I told him there was something I needed to talk to him about. The main thing at this time was actually the genderqueer and why people called me Alex, because actually how he found out was going on to my Facebook, and although we weren't friends, he looked me up and tried to show pictures of me to old school friends back when he went to a high school reunion, which sort of shocked him. And then again, when there was a school assembly and they announced as Alex Lohman, it really took him by surprise. But anyway, at the time, when I actually fully explained to him what genderqueer was, and then he was still really confused, but he decided he did see me as his child rather than just his daughter. And that really meant a lot to me. Even though I ended up going back to using the name Elizabeth, him taking the time and seeing me for who I was, since we're pretty much all we have for each other, it really meant a lot. And then when I explained to him what asexuality was, he surprisingly understood. The question he actually asked was, so it's another orientation like homosexuality or bisexuality? Which, after I just said asexuality and that's all, I was sort of surprised because my dad doesn't really look into a lot of that stuff. But anyway, he was sort of, one thing he was really accepting. He's like, yeah, I can understand why you'd still want to go on dates, but just not that physical attraction. But anyways, the thing that made me laugh is that he was like, well, at least I don't have to worry about you having sex now, do I? And I mean, I'm still sort of have a higher sex drive than other asexuals that I know personally, but I sort of told him, yeah, Dad, nothing to worry about there, you know. Anyway, that's sort of my personal experience with coming out, and I was I am a very, very lucky person that everyone I talk to is just so accepting, and I'm just glad I have really good friends and family. I know coming out is a really personal experience and may be difficult depending on your friends, family, your own personal comfort level. So although I might be comfortable sharing my story, it isn't always the same for everyone else. So please don't pressure other people to come out, or don't pressure yourself to come out. Just be ready, and if you can accept who you are first, that's a large step before talking to other people, and really it's all about your own comfort levels. Again, coming out is something only you can decide whether or not you're willing. Again, coming out is something only you can decide whether or not you're ready to do. If you feel comfortable talking to friends, maybe ask them for advice, or write things down in a journal, whatever helps you feel most comfortable with your identity. And remember, when you come out, be strong and proud about it, if that's how you feel. And just in general, a little side note, if you ever want to talk to someone, and I know other people in HotPiecesofAce are willing to talk, but you can come to me. I'm on YouTube, Misty219, or on Tumblr, summerstarsdreamer, all one word. I'm always willing to listen to people and help people out, if they're willing to come to me. So I hope everyone has a good weekend, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!